much for that, JD Sensei. That was very kind of you. Guys, all we want to do today is talk about a little bit of what I was kind of diving into over the last year. Like a lot of my karate tends to be based on partner work. It tends to be a lot of sort of hands-on. So in teaching on the Zoom format, I'm going to have to change a couple of things. Some of the drills I like to do probably won't be there, but the principles of what I'm doing, you'll find it in your own Kihon practice right the way through to when you want to pair up and mess it out with other people. The big thing that I'm going to talk about today is just using your body mass and how I've been playing about with how best to use my body mass in Kihon and then stretching it out to more practical sort of applications, yeah? So just to warm up, just stand a little bit wider than shoulder width apart and just have like a slight bend in your knees. All I do, like some of you are wearing belts, some of you aren't wearing belts, but you'll be used to it. Like the knot of your belt kind of tells you where your center mass is. All the way to do is just practice keeping your knees still and just having that center mass moving from right to left. So you're going side to side with your center mass. What I focus on is how I'm keeping my legs still. And it's not about rotating, it's about squeezing one side and stretching the other. Squeezing one side and stretching the other. So I just want you to move from side to side like that and focus on keeping those knees still, feeling the squeeze and the stretch, the squeeze and the stretch. Just try that a few times, yeah? Just side to side like this, just warming our hips up, warming our legs up. Good. So just in order to keep your legs still, you want to think that when your belt is going this way, I'm trying to push my knees in the opposite direction. So I feel like my belt is going to slam into this leg and I'm feeling these press against each other. When I go this way, I want to push my knee this way so I feel like they slam in against each other. So I'm constantly slamming in to either side of my body, yeah? Just try that a couple of times yourself. Moving side, 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 side. Give that a try. Okay. All right, so I'm seeing it with my guys standing behind me here. I can see it on the screen with a couple of you guys there. A couple of things. You don't want to move from your backside. What a lot of people do is they'll move from the backside and they'll do this kind of thing, where their hips are moving side to side from the back, as opposed to squeezing from the front. So I want to feel like you're squeezing in front of your body as opposed to rotating the back of your body. That's one thing. Second thing is body mass is shifting side to side and it's affecting your stance. We're not in like a deep, long stance, so it should be easy to hold, a little bit easier to keep still. When I rotate, I want to try and make sure that those knees are staying completely still. Yeah, just like we would if we're in any other stance, we're keeping that structure and not letting that change at all. Some of you are also twisting from your shoulders. Don't worry about your shoulders so much. I can do this without moving my shoulders. It's from down here. Yeah, again, it's my center that I'm wanting to rotate. I'm not too worried about how much my shoulders are turning. Yeah, try that a couple of times. Easy across. Yeah, again, try and avoid the rock and side to side, especially, guys. This will come back in a minute. You want to try and, again, keep this completely still. So when my hips rotate, my knees will move. If you want, use your hands as a guide. Like, put your fingertips on your knees and make sure that those knees are staying still as those hips move, yeah? Knees completely still. You want to make sure that you're squeezing into one side, squeezing into the other side, not letting the sides roll apart, yeah? Okay. Cool. Okay, so next thing, from this position, when you rotate in, all we're going to do is just chokuzuki, nice and relaxed. So not your sort of kind of traditional chokuzuki where we sort of shore up our hips and land in shomen. I want you to allow your hips to rotate and feel that knot of the belt go all the way across from one side to the other. Just nice and relaxed, slowly. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, rok, sich, hach, hu, jo, ich, ni, san, shi, go, rok, sich, hach, hu, jo. Okay, speed and power. Try it again. Squeeze this side shut as quick as you can as you punch. Ich, squeeze it shut. Ni, san, shi, go, rok, sich, hach, hu, jo. 10 more. Ich, ni, still punching straight, guys. So even though you're rotating, I'm still punching in the middle, yeah? Tap, chi, go, rock, teach, touch, group, and jump. Hey, yummy. Let's go. So by doing that and practicing that, and like, it's not really Shazam, but this short, kind of stocky stance, it gives us a little bit more control of our legs. It's a little bit easier to see what's going on. You can spot very quickly if your legs are wobbling side to side from this position. All the way to do is just make Zenkutsu dash. Exact same principle, it doesn't change. This is in like most of our Kihon. From here, I want the knob of the belt right in at the front of this hip. Yeah, so I want my belt touching the inside of my thigh. And all I'm going to do is rotate my hips and try and get my belt all the way to the back of my legs, yes, the back thigh. And I'm having it pulled from one leg to the other, feeling like I'm squeezing really tight, stretching, yes? So I'm always either stretching it or squeezing it. Ready? Try. Slowly rotate. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, rock, sich, hach, ku, jo. Again. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, rock, sich, hach, ku, jo. Change legs. Try the other side. Okay, Zenkutsu dash. Belt all the way to that front leg. Pull it all the way to the back leg. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, rock, sich, hach, ku, jo. And again. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, rock, sich, hach, ku, jo. And change one more time. So over here, nice and relaxed. Just put your right hand down to punch, left hand on your hip. So then you're going to pull your hip back. You're just going to make agility this blocking position. Try and make sure that that mass is getting all the way to that back leg. Each. Use that back leg and hip to push this all the way to the front. Knee. Good. Agility. Sana. And punch. Sheep. Go. Rock. Sich. Touch. Cook. And show. 10 more. Each. Knee. San. Shi. Go. Rock. Sich. Hach. Cook. And show. Yeah, man. So again, just looking at the screen there, looking at my own guys here. A lot of people like the tendency, as soon as you move your hip back, this knee wants to follow. Anytime that my body moves in a certain direction, the rest of my body wants to come with it. I want to try and push against that position. So when I'm pulling this hip back, I'm pushing this knee in the opposite direction to create that stillness. Yeah. So a lot of you are wobbling back and forth with this knee. I want you to think, open, keep that leg still, close, keep that leg still. So my knee and hip are always going towards and away, towards and away. They're always rotating in opposition with one another. They're either going away from each other or boom, towards each other, but never the same direction. Yeah. Try the other side. Right leg forward, left hand out. So again, feel like you're pushing that knee in the opposite direction as you make that agility. Each. You need to go slow, go slow. And punch. Knee. Feel them squeezing to get against each other. Push them apart. Sap. And sheep. Go. Rock. Sich. Touch. Hoop. And show. 10 more. Each. Knee. Sap. Sheep. Go. Rock. Sich. Touch. Hoop. And show. Yeah, man. So there's a few things that are happening there, guys. So front knee is just the beginning of it. I want to make sure that that's not wobbling side to side. And I want to feel like my back leg is constantly engaged in the weight. I don't want my hip to turn and my knee to pop out. I want to try and make sure that my knee is squeezed into the center of my stance when I'm pushing this way and in when I'm pulling back. So my leg is always squeezed to the inside. I'm never letting it relax out, put pressure on my knee and my ankle. I'm squeezing it in so that my inner thigh muscle is always engaged. So whenever I rotate backwards and forwards, both knees are staying in a perfect straight line. I don't want this wobbling with my back leg. Don't want this wobbling with my front leg. I want to imagine I'm on 2 train tracks. I'm stuck on those train tracks. I can't move my knees off that position as I rotate. Yeah? So all the way to do, guys, just practice focus on that back leg, rotate in, feel your knee squeeze in against it, and then drive Yakusuki. Just try. Pull, keep your knee in super tight, and then have that tight coil release to drive that punch forward. Throw back, knee, drive forward and punch. Knee, punch. San, punch. Shi, punch. Go, punch. Rook, punch. Sich, punch. Hatch, punch. Coup, punch. Jump, punch. Good, change legs. So again, keeping that knee from opening up, feel like you're squeezing it in. Squeeze it inside the whole time, yeah? Left hand down. Squeeze it in, squeeze, 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 squeeze. And then release it each. And when you're driving here, when you release it, should stay straight, yeah? So I'm having that tight tension when I'm coiling back, more of a drive when I'm going forward. Squeeze, and release it. Knee. Squeeze, release. Up. Squeeze, release. Sheet. Squeeze, release. Go. Squeeze, release. Roll. Siege. Hatch. Coup. Jump. Good. Now, everyone understand? Give me a quick thumbs up. Cool. Just try that, guys, with Agyuki Yakusuki. See how fast you can block while maintaining this connection here. There'll come a point when you go fast and you'll lose it and this will stick out. I want you to try and keep that engaged as you're quickly switching from Agyuki to Yakusuki, yeah? Give that a couple of tries yourself. I'll have a look. Okay. 10 times each side. Go. Head straight, guys, head straight. And straighten out that leg. Good. End it. Back and straight. Good. Okay. Yum. Sand shapers, guys. Yeah. So just some of you still have quite a stiff back leg. So when you're rotating, this back leg is locked out straight. And when you rotate, everything comes up. And then when you punch, everything goes down. There's times where you can use up and down to create more power and generate more power. But when we're practicing this basic form, I want you to think about mass going backwards and forwards. When I rotate this back, I need this leg to bend. Yeah? When it bends, it means that my hips can stay on this nice sort of parallel to the floor straight line. Yeah? I don't want my hips to go up and down, because then when I punch, my power's sinking down into the floor rather than pushing out towards where I want to hit. Yeah, so when I go back, I want to feel my leg loading and pushing. So all I want you to do, guys, for now is, again, then keep your knees in a straight line, and I just want you to bend your back leg straight to your front leg and push forward. There's back, forward, back, forward, back, forward. And all I'm doing is keeping my knees on that straight line, keeping my tailbone tucked in, and just shifting my mass back forward without coming up. Yeah, I want that bend here. See how bent my back leg is? I want that good tight compression here, and then straight. Compress, straight. Compress, straight. Feel that back leg coiling up. Coiling and pushing. Coiling and pushing. Once you get the feeling of that, add in your hips, so your hips can twist back, forward, back, forward, back, forward. You want to feel from that coil, that's when you're punching. You want to feel that leg pushing everything forward into that position, yeah? Try that a few times, get that feel. Again, try not to coil. Try not to coil and let your knee go out, your foot go out. Keep it in. In. Try the other side. Same thing. You're going back, forward, back, forward. Keeping your tailbone straight, shifting your mass back, forward, in, out, in, out. Once you've got your table tucked in, and you've got that bend and straighten of your legs, you can add in your hips. Twist, 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 twist. Every time I'm back, that knee's bent, but still tucked in. Every time I'm forward, I'm squeezing into this front leg. Once you've got that feeling, you can just let this hand drive out and back, out and back, out and back. That a few times.
Well, Sensei.
Yes. Yeah.
Do you think this? I feel a lot of pressure in my ankles on this move. Is ankle flexibility key to this as well? I feel when I'm going back, I feel like the pressure right in that corner, like where the ankle curves.
Yeah, I mean, like most things in karate, the more flexible you are, the easier it is. Yeah, like most martial arts, they're like, you know what? It doesn't matter what martial art you do. If you're on the ground rolling about in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, the more flexible you are, the more diverse your chokes and locks and everything are going to be because of that flexibility. It's the same thing here. But even if I'm stiff, even if I have stiff ankles, like even if it's to here, and I'm feeling like this is the maximum that my ankle allows, I'm not breaking my center line. I'm shifting my weight back, feeling a compression in my knee, and pushing forward. Like obviously, most karate instructors are, physical outliers, as Scott Sensei always says. Then like Scott Sensei is even more flexible than me, and he can get like down, 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 down to like here without sticking his bum out. Like it's ridiculous. But some guys are just gifted in that sense. Guys and girls are gifted in that sense. Some struggle a little bit, but like that stiffness doesn't mean that you can't have the same feeling. It might not look the same, but you want to have that feeling of table in, my weight is shifting back as I rotate. Even if it's just to here, I still have that compression, that coil to push forward, even if it's small, yeah? Even if it's small. Again, we training big, perform small. So even when you're going tactically, you're not necessarily going to this level, yeah? We're staying in our stance, we're rotating. I'm not shifting my weight back to here. I'm keeping it in that front leg, yeah? So again, depends on the flexibility. Everyone got that? Cool. So then the next step is to be able to have that feeling of sending your weight back without straightening your front leg. So for now, we've been doing this back and forth. I want you to have that back and forth with just the rotation. So I feel my weight going back, forward, but my weight of that front leg is staying there. That leg isn't extending. It's my rotation that sends the weight back. Again, the more I get this knot my belt back here, the better. The less this rotates, the less mass is going back. The less mass is then going to travel forward. Yeah, I want to have this maximum pull of my body to push as much as I can, as quick as I can. Yeah, so try and turn that body as much as you can, compress that leg as much as you can without that knee move. Just back to here, reach, and then push it to the front, knee, pull it to the back, push to the front, pull it to the back, top, push to the front, top. Pull it, stitch, push it, attach, pull it, coop, and push it, jump. Good. Don't forget the squeeze. The squeeze is the most important part for me. As soon as this opens up, I've lost that tight connection where I have to fire from, yeah? I want to keep it loaded, don't let it go loose, yeah? Try the other side. So instead of this backwards and forwards, we're keeping our weight on our front leg. We're rotating as much as we can, get as much weight to that leg as we can, and then pushing it forward. Each. Pull it back, push it forward. Knee. Pull, push, sap. Pull, push, sheet. Pull, push, go. And rock. Seat. Patch. Coop. Jump. Good. I'm an accent shape. Everyone got that feeling? Cool. So, keep that in mind as we just add in a couple of techniques, yeah? So we'll just go off the Yakuzuki to start with. All I want is on that pull, feel that squeeze into this back thigh as you make Yuki, right forward Yakuzuki. Each. Same thing with Sotoki. Pull, push, knee. Uchuki, pull, push, stop. Get out Marai, pull, push, sheep. Yeah? So that's one. So Yuki Yakuzuki, each. Sotoki Yakuzuki, Uchuki Yakuzuki, stop. Get out Marai Yakuzuki, sheep. So I want every time, squeeze, squeeze. I'm thinking about squeezing my belt to the back leg, squeezing my belt to the front leg. Focus on squeezing, not just turning. Yeah, you got to have those legs solid, like a wall, boom, you're slamming into, a wall, boom, that's slamming into. Both. Now again, punch it, and you can. Ready, punch it. And you can. Each. Try and keep your head straight, look forward. Me. Again, set. And she. We'll change each time, ready? And you can. Each. Go to the action. Me. Urge the action. Set. Get on the right action. She. Got it? And you can. Each. So to the action. Me. Urge the action. Set. Get on the right action. She. Doesn't matter what I'm doing with my hands, the principles down here stay the same. Both? Over you guys as well. Ready? So one count nice and slow, all four of those blocks. Ready? Each. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. Knee. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's it. Doesn't matter what my arms are doing as long as those hips are moving. Ready? Sa. Chi. Sensei. Yeah. Last one, quick scan, go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Good, okay, change hands and legs. Very good. Same thing again. Again, focusing guys on that squeeze and that squeeze. Punch out, Suki. Nice and relaxed. Each. Yeah, Kazuki knee. So to san. Yeah, Kazuki shi. Uchi go. Yeah, Kazuki roll. Get over ice each. Yeah, Kazuki hatch. Again, each. 1, 2. Knee. 1, 2. San. 1, 2. Shi. 1, 2. Tying your techniques with those hips. Ready, a little bit smoother. Each. Knee. San. Shi. One count slowly. Each. Keep those knees still. Knee. San. Up. And. Yeah, that's it. And again. Shi. Last one, speed power. Ready? Yeah, last one. Ready, go. Hey. Hey. Yeah, hey, out of that. Everybody on your hips here, guys. That complete. Yeah. Think about your hips. Okay, yeah, we have it. Everyone got that, guys? Basic hip rotation, very basic. Like for us, yellow belt syllabus is when we start adding in Yakuzuki's to our like to our Kihon techniques. But that basic squeeze from one side to the other. Yeah. So all the way to do, guys, is just make this again, this sort of half sort of Shizentai, and then rotate to the front, Jukamai, yeah? So it's not like a long competition style Jukamai, it's a much more natural sort of position, yeah? And all the way to do is think about dropping, yeah? Dropping your hips as you rotate, coming back up, each. So this down and up, knee. San, shi, go, rock, sich, hatch, ku, do, each, knee, san, shi, go, rock, sich, hatch, ku, do. You want to just keep this kind of like infinity shape going with your body. So you're constantly dipping in and out, in and out, in and out, in and out. Yeah? And what I want to do with that shape is every time I'm doing it, if you look at my belt, it's going from front leg, back leg, front leg, back leg, front leg, back leg. And all I'm doing is pressing every time I reach either my back hip or my front hip. I'm just pressing down, 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 down. So I have this natural sort of rhythm while I'm moving, yeah? So I have this nice back and forth, this infinity loop with my body. Change legs, do the same thing. Down and back, down and forward. This infinity loop. Bang, 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 bang. Hopefully you're all getting that feel. Again, You look at my shoulders, I'm not going mental, yeah? See something in the video, something like this, whoa, I'm not going mental, relax. It's my mass that I'm worried about. I want that knot of my belt going back and forth. My shoulders don't have to do much, yeah? They'll move naturally. That's all I want, natural movement forward and back, yeah? So keep doing that, guys. Change legs whenever you're ready. Just keep, whenever you've done a few sets of this, change legs, keep it going. Yeah? Nice, relaxed. Nice, relaxed. Backwards and forwards, yeah? Good. Okay. So, like, keep going while I'm talking. So, like, back in Scotland, I done like a whole bunch of martial arts. I trained. The most local place to me was a mixed martial arts gym. Had Japanese jiu-jitsu, Brazilian jiu-jitsu, Muay Thai, boxing, kickboxing, MMA, and I was there kind of representing the karate side of things and teaching a couple of guys. But like this back when I was younger. But one of the things that boxing, Thai boxing, MMA, kickboxing, they had that we didn't was this natural kind of rhythm of front leg, back leg. You see, like a lot of the Thai boxers, they'll like literally lift their legs up like this. Sometimes when they're practicing, like they'll literally pick their legs up off the floor, yeah. And it's this kind of like natural sort of infinity loop that I want to try and get just now. And what we're doing is we're making sure that our mass is transferring from the front to the back every single time we're doing that. And all I want you to do is right now, every time your mass hits the back, I want you to turn and pivot your hip as you do it. So if you look at my heel is kicking off the floor, kicking off the floor, kicking off the floor every single time. And all that's doing is as I'm sending my mass back, I'm rotating this side of my body forward as I'm going to throw this front hand out. So super relaxed. I'm just going to rotate here and driving this hand out. So in your own time, get in your rhythm. When you're ready, take that hand out. Yeah? I know it's hard to count because everyone's moving at different times. So just do 10. 10 on your own. In and out, hang that out. Nice and sharp, hip and hand together. Feel your mass rotating into that back leg. Try a couple of times. Right, no, you're not at the discotheque, yeah? Not serious like that. Forward, back, forward, back, forward, back, not this kind of thing, yeah? And guys, important principles stay the same. When I'm rotating, it's not important that I keep this leg still because I'm maximizing how much rotation I have. What is important is I have something to rotate into. Don't let this back leg give over. You want this leg to stay solid. So I feel that same squeeze that I had when I was in Zenkutsu that's doing the Soju Ganambarai Uchuki. That same position, yeah? That same squeeze when I'm doing Ganambarai, same squeeze I'm doing when I'm throwing this Kizamazuki, yeah? So I want to feel like, even though I'm a bit looser and I'm letting my legs come off the floor a little bit, I want to feel that squeeze when I'm throwing that hand out. I'm feeling myself dig in to that back hip as much as possible as I'm throwing that, yeah? So the other side, the other leg, rotating back and forth, feel that nice loop. When you're ready, pull your hip back, drive that front hand out. Give it a try. Yeah, a lot of things like I teach quite a lot, not just in this dojo, but dojos everywhere now. But I like been to quite a few different countries. One thing that's the same, especially not so much with the students that I brought up from that, because I teach them this from very early, but like a lot of the sort of higher grades don't know how to get out of this form, yeah? And what happens is they get very stiff and they get very rigid with their hips. As soon as I tell, like I'm seeing black belts on the screen just now, when they're punching, they've got this nice rhythm, and then immediately they go into Kihon, yeah? They make Kikiti, they make Shomen, they do this. You'll never punch somebody like this hard. This isn't designed for power, it's designed for connection, yeah? To be in Shomen and hit with your front hand is way weaker than if I rotate my body and I have this leg from my fist right the way through to my back leg, yeah? Making Hikiti, super useful in terms of like creating a powerful pull, being able to pull your hand back quickly. Also good in teaching you how to rotate your hips when you're a low grade. When you're a high grade, you should be able to rotate your hips without using that, yeah? So think about like how you would protect yourself if you're going to actually hit somebody, how you're protecting yourself when you do that, yeah? Again, one of the things like I'm trying to do is take karate from the shapes to the more practical side of things. The shapes of Zenjutsu action doing this is very useful in teaching me how to generate power and move my body mass. It's not very useful if somebody's trying to attack me, yeah? So from this position, I want to be able to keep the principles of that squeeze, rotate my mass back and forth, but then free my body up to be able to do whatever I want to do with my arms, yeah? And the amount of times I travel somewhere and I ask somebody to throw a left hook like this, and they do this because they've only been punching in straight lines their whole life. It's worrying, yeah? So we'll change from this front hand. I want you to rotate in and throw this left hook, yeah? So this, again, forward and back. And I want you to keep this hand up at your chin. This is your guard. Whatever it is you're doing, this is going to protect you because you're going to throw this front hand. You're going to rotate back, squeeze into that back leg, bring this hand round, then come back. Round and back, round and back. And you can keep that rhythm going. And every time you hit the mass to the front, pull to the back. Forward, 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 back. Yeah? Try and do that nice smooth motion. Little people, hands up here. You're going nice. And then as soon as you throw the punch, hand goes down to here. Yeah? Keep it up. Yeah, keep it up. I learned a very hard lesson sparring those guys that martial arts gym. The hikite is pretty useless when somebody's trying to punch in the face. Keep your hands up at all times, yeah? Okay. Try the same with the uppercuts over there. You're rotating back and forth. Same thing. Boom, taking this hand straight up to that position, yeah? Straight up, boom, to that. Rhythm back and forth. When you're ready, dig that in, relax back and forth, dig that in, relax back and forth, dig that in. Good. Go. Oh, you try to see with the backhand. So again, my weight shifting backwards and forwards. I'm then going to drive this hand straight, up, round, whatever I want to do. But I've got that nice smooth rhythm. Smooth rhythm, front, back, round, whatever it is you want to do. Just make sure you're pinging that mass forward when you do it. Good, good, good. Do that slam into you. Okay? Down into that. Good. Okay, so let's put that all together. So we're going to do back and forth. All you're going to do is 1, 2, 3, 4. Nice and relaxed. You're going to go straight, straight, up, round, back and forth. Keep the rhythm going. When I count, you're going to fire that front hand, back hand, uppercut, hook. Ready? Each. Keep the rhythm going. Speed up the rhythm a little bit so you can keep up with the rhythm of the punches, yeah? Me, 1, 2, 3, 4. The rhythm keeps going. San. Chi. Go. Go. Teach. Touch. Go. Two. Yeah. Good. Change legs. Let me have a look while you guys do that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Keep your rhythm going. So I can speed it up a little bit, depending on how fast I want to let those hands go. Keep it from the center. Ready? Ich. Hut. Two. And Joe. Yeah, I'm relaxed. I'm shameless, guys. Yeah. It's just, again, to hit the message home, it's all about getting my mass moving. As soon as we start putting a combination together, like everyone was doing this fine, this fine, this fine, this fine, this fine, this fine. Then as soon as it goes together, it becomes this stops and this moves. Yeah? Where it has to be that mass that's constantly going backwards and forwards. Everything has this body mass constantly moving in this nice fluid action. Yeah? And that fluidity is something that can get lost in our karate a little bit, especially if you're training for competitions, like especially kata competitions, where that sort of stiff rigidness is given more points than maybe relaxed fluidness. Certainly, a lot of the kind of more professional competitions, it's very sort of artificial. And I think just sometimes in our training, we want to try hard, we want to feel strong, and we end up like getting very tense in our body instead of just letting our body do the work. Yeah, I always like the big sort of thing I was hitting home with in my own training last year, especially. I always try and like give myself a task for this at the start of the year and try and stretch it out towards like the end of the year and see if I can sort of break through some sort of ceiling that I've set myself. The big one for me last year was that Shotokan and the way we train in Shotokan isn't the martial art. It's just the tool to make you a better martial artist. So the shape that I'm making isn't important. The thing that it's teaching me is important, and how can I take the thing that's teaching me and put it into when I'm with Carl Sensei, Rue Sensei, Keel Sensei, Scott Sensei, and try and smack them about a little bit. Like that's what I'm trying to do. And as soon as I get stuck in trying to be strong in the shape, I end up losing that. I feel myself not quite hitting that mark. Yeah. So what I want to try just for the last sort of 10 minutes or so is just how to relax. Yeah, it's one of the toughest things ever, but you can't do this smoothly and transition your weight smoothly without having relaxation. Yeah. So all the way to do, guys, just make a Zenku snatch. Yeah. And all the way to do is just for me, make a uchu. This prep. And just block uchu each. And then change uchu ni. And again, san, shi, go, rock, sit, catch, go, do. So I'm still following that principle that we talked about earlier. My mass is shifting, yeah? Now I want to try and get rid of any excess tension that I have at the end of my technique. So from this position, I want you to hit Uchuki and prepare for the next technique. So like I'm not holding my form here, I'm going to hit it and then release straight away to this sort of Uchuki prep here. Everyone try that. Each. Then from here, this position, fire it out, prepare for the next one. Me. So as soon as I hit that form, I'm coming back to this position. Sap. As soon as I hit this form, I'm coming back to here. She. Go. Rock. Seach. Hatch. Cool. Do. Each. Me. San. She. Go. Rock. Seach. Hatch. Cool. Do. Each. Me. San. She. Go. Rock. Seach. Hatch. Cool. Do. Each. Me. San. She. Go. Rock. Seach. Hatch. Cool. Do. And like, I can do that all day because it's just super relaxed. Yeah. I'm having that brief moment of connection, completely relaxing afterwards. I'm not holding on to any tension. Yeah. I make sure that my mass is still transparent from front to back with each block, with each technique, but I'm completely letting go in the middle. Does that make sense? So here, just do that again, Bonnie. Okay, change legs, put your right leg forward, prepare your right hand. Uchuki, hit this point and relax each. Hit this point, relax knee. San, shi, go, rock, sich, hatch, ku, do, ich, ni, san, shi, go, rock, sich, hatch, ku, do. ich, wie, san, chi, go, look, sich, touch, ku, jo, ich, wie, san, chi, go, look, sich, touch, ku, jo, ich, wie, san, chi, go, look, sich, touch, ku, jo. Good. So, hopefully, you don't end up just doing this, yeah? Hopefully you're moving from one to the other. Very similar to what we were just trying to do with our body when we were in that sort of freestyle sort of position, yeah? I want to have that same kind of feeling when I'm performing just basic Kihon. And it's that immediate relaxation in the middle and using the natural kind of relaxation to propel myself into the next technique. Use the natural boom, fire one, boom to fire the next one, boom to fire the next one, boom to fire the next one. I'm constantly reloading my body, relaxing, firing, relaxing, firing. And this serves me better when I'm doing long form kumite. I've got someone in front of me and I'm there for, 15 minutes trying to bang them out. If I try and do fast, I last about 3 minutes, then I'm on the floor, dead. If I have this relax and I'm just trying to hang myself out in this smooth way, but still have that sort of heaviness and that whip to my technique, I can go for much longer, yeah? So same thing, we'll just take another wee bit of Basadai, just from this position here. Just fire this hand out each. So just this Chokazuki Uchuki. Ni, san. Shi, go. Ro, sich. Ha, scoop. To, reach. Ni, san. Shi, go. Ro, sich. Ha, scoop. To, reach. So I want to feel like that I'm not getting rigid with this. 1, 2, 3. I also don't want to cut my technique down to save time where I'm kind of already turning on the preparation and it's just my arm. It's 1, 2. I want to have my punch, that connection of my punch immediately relaxed to this position. Everything's really loose. And then I switch on again for that Uchuki. I punch, relax, drive that out. Punch, relax, drive that out. Punch, relax, drive that out. Just try that a few times yourself, this 1, 2, 1, 2. Give that a try, guys. Go for it. Yeah, so left, left, right, right. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so 2 things I'm seeing, guys. Number 1 is people kind of losing the form a little bit. So you're punching, and by the time your punch is finished and coming back, you've already started to twist for the next one. So this becomes very much just your arm. One way to try and think, even if you're using one hand, use 2. I always teach with 2 hands because this forces people to not twist. If I'm pressing this forward, it keeps my body straight. So I always teach it with 2 hands to brown belts, and then as you move up the grade, you can do it with 1 hand. But even with 1 hand, I want to make sure that my body is staying square on that preparation, and I'm only rotating on that execution. Straight, rotate, straight, rotate, straight, rotate. So that's the first thing. Don't return your body too much to it. Guys, dude, Dimitri, honey. Sorry about that, guys. People coming in for the next class. Second thing is that people are doing is from this position, you're not relaxing into preparation. You're making a shape where it's like, and I'm putting effort into this. I don't want to put effort into it. I want the same way that if I throw a jab and it naturally comes back to that position. I'm not going, that's effort. This is natural. I want that same naturalness there to that position. I can go anywhere. I can go to any position that I want it to. I'm just allowing it to go to that position. Or if you're using 1 hand, to that position. It's natural recoil as opposed to forcing my hand to a position, yeah? So I want you to try it again. Loosen up a little bit. 1, 2, 1, 2. Keep your body straight as you bring it back. Fire it on, only on the block. Try it. Up. Okay, yeah. Some success, some not success. Yeah, something to think about. Yeah, we'll do one more from that side. If everyone just puts their right leg in the side on position and just bring your hand here. So all I want you to think about is keeping your stance still. Pull your hip back as you make this ure barai. Pull your hip each. Relax as you come up to the center. Knee. Relax as you bring this hand up. Everything rotates. Stop. So I prepare. Pull my hip through this leg. Squeeze it against this leg. Each. My mass is shifted. I relax knee. Everything twists. Stop. So I'm going pull, relax, twist. Try to take your hands. Not your belt. Pull. Relax, twist. Not your belt. Pull. Relax, twist. Not your belt. Pull. Relax, twist. Pull. Relax, twist. Pull. Relax, twist. So you think about that. Block and pull at the same time. It's no use just having my arm. It's no use releasing and just having my arm at the end. I have to have my mass moving on the first one and the second one. So the first one, my mass moves, we can be practicing. Get your body weight from the front to the back, each to this position. Relax. Then all your body mass round, knee. Try again. Body mass is going to pull as you block, each. Relax. Rotate everything. Knee. Pull. Relax. Twist. Pull. Relax. Twist. And like, I don't want to hold the pull, obviously. As soon as that pull's finished, boom, relax. Boom. 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 It's like that natural bounce from one to the other. Pull. 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 You understand what I'm saying? Yeah? Pull. 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 I can do that all day. Yeah? And all of my mass is moving with both of those techniques. Again, my arm is making that figure of 8 shape. Yeah, that infinity look. My arm is following that same shape. I want my hips to do the same thing as we were doing here. Dum, 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 dum. It's that same feeling. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Doesn't stop. Try, go. Yeah, I had very little success. But what I think there, guys, is I take what I've learned from other martial arts, which is that the sort of nice, relaxed sort of movements, and then I take the sort of strict form that we use, and I'm trying to find what's the same, what goes with each other. The shape of what I'm doing with my legs and my arms doesn't really matter. The principles are what leg, where, like, what's the feeling that I have when I'm in front stance and I'm rotating? What feeling do I have? I have the feeling of squeezing, squeezing. Well, when I'm doing this, I also have the feeling of squeezing, squeezing. When I'm doing this, I have the feeling of squeezing, squeezing. I feel that happening in my lower body. No matter what technique I'm doing, there's always some form of squeeze and solidity in my stance, and my body's wrapping into it, yeah? And it's the exact same thing when I'm doing this. I feel the exact same way. And then I try and take the sort of rigidness and the smoothness and marry them together to the point where I can have this kind of that kind of relaxed, sort of natural pulse to my karate as opposed to rigid stiffness. It's that, and it starts with that understanding of what you're doing with your body mass in your basic form, what you're doing with your body mass when you're in free form, and then trying to marry the two together so you have that nice, relaxed, natural movement within that shape of karate. Yeah? Hopefully that makes sense to you guys. Hopefully you can take something away from that. That's my time. Thank you very much for listening to me. Close. Cheers.
Okay, 1 minute water break, everybody. We'll reconvene in 1 minute.
Okay. 80 seconds to teach, and we'll flip on the screen. Jump on, what the essays are. Absolutely.
Okay, shall we get started, everybody? So first thing, my voice has been sort of on the edge of croaky almost all week. So if you hear a crack, I'm not growing up, right? It's just my voice cracking. Second thing, you'll probably get my quota of talking for the day, which is exciting for my wife. So she'll be extremely happy about that as well. So from here, hey, to Dutch. Hey. Good. So first thing, I'd like to thank all of you for being here. I hope you've enjoyed the week of training, and also don't forget we have one more class tomorrow with Stuart Amos, so make sure you attend that. That will be another one not to be missed. So what I want to do for today is I want to sort of bring together a lot of what we've seen across the different instructors over the course of the week, right? You've seen a lot of different concepts covered, but what I want to do is I want to try and place them within a home, and including the session we've just done. So what I'm going to do, like what I do with most things, is I reduce them down to a simple 4-step drill so we can relate them directly to the basics that we've thought about before. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to add on other pieces to those in the second part of the class that then allow you to then think about these different pieces that we've heard and we've talked about and give you time to practice them in addition to your basic stuff that you know. Make sense? Everyone on board? Okay, groovy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to face this way. You get my best side. What we're going to do is you're just going to follow this basic 4-step pattern. It's simply going to be stepping forward with the left, forward with the right, back with the right, back with the left, making the block and then gyakuzuki. So from here, make your way. Step forward with the left, just step forward into Zenkutsudachi, forward stance, lower block, then make gyakuzuki. Relax, smooth. Itch. Then up. Now from here, right. Knee. Good, and up. Back with the right. Some. Back with the left. Sheep. Good. Making rising block. Agyuke. Itch. Knee. Sun. Sheep. Good. Soto. Uke. Itch. Knee. Sun. Sheep. Uchiuke. Itch. Knee. Sun. Sheep. Good. So this is really the cornerstone of our karate, isn't it? It's basic, it's simple, it's thinking about hami shomen, it's thinking about stepping forward, stepping back. It's thinking about our 4 basic blocks. Agyuke, gerambarai, uchuke, sotuke. You're going to go through it once more. This time, what I want you to think about really simply is I want you to check the basics of your basic technique. Sounds really silly, right? But it's important, especially during a Kangeiko, that you think about the simplicity of the actions that we do and the importance of those fundamental techniques. So what I mean by that is as you step forward, ask yourself, are you leading with your face? Are you breaking your posture as you make that initial step? Is your godan barai or your step forward happening by first breaking and then stepping forward like so that you're forward? Rather, keeping underneath. Let the squeeze of the technique happen and let your body go along for the ride. Right? That's the first thing. Second thing, ask yourself, are you making the squeeze? Are you feeling the exact contraction that Ross Sensei was just talking about in the in-between of the action? So as you step, are you feeling this grip, what Amelia Sensei was talking about, right? Not just your arms, but rather the squeeze, this chu tendon, the squeeze of action to make that block. Next piece, as you make the actual block itself, is it falling into the correct position? Is it out here or where it's supposed to be, right? Is the pathway that you're making correct through the action, or is it coming across and up? Or are you going around as your hips turn? Are you controlling yourself? We have some more that we're going to think about that later, but start to think about it now. And last, are you landing in hami, the way that Ross Sensei was talking about, and then replacing it with shomen by making that squeeze? Really simple, but all really important. And you want to think about where you are, where your issues are, I have many, and how to then fix that one thing in this class right now. We're going to go through all 4 blocks, 4 steps per block. Think about that piece. If you're thinking about just your posture, check that. If you're thinking about hami shomen, check that. If you're thinking about the squeeze, think about that. If you're thinking about gyakuzuki and that hami to shomen transition that you've just worked on, think about that. Off we go. Left leg first, godan barai. Ich. Ni. Hum. Chi. Good. Agyuke, rising block. Ich. Ni. Sam. Chi. Good. As you're stepping back, control your step back. Don't just flop back. Have the idea of remaining mind, zanshin, right? Have that feeling of here, just finish, boom, even in a basic, breathe. Allow it to relax. Kanazawa Sensei always used to have this idea of here. And the idea was to allow your mind to relax after the technique. If you stuffed it up, messed it up, did something good, you're able to reflect and it gives you that opportunity. If you switch your mind off, as shown by your action, you're not engaging still with the technique, right? Don't stick with the ghost here, but learn from the ghost as you come back up. Yes? Sotuke, ready? Hey. Ich. Good. Check, make sure your targets are right. Make sure punching straight, boom, where you want to go. I didn't specify jodan or chudan, it's your choice. Depends where your opponent in your mind was open. Oh, right, I didn't move. Ready? Let's start again. Ready? From the top left up. It was funny. I thought my mother had turned the internet off downstairs. Ready? Let's start off. Right leg forward, sotuke. Ich. Ni. San. Shi. Good. Uchuke. Ich. Ni. San. Shi. Good. And relax. Everyone good. So what we're going to do is you're going to notice that this is going to be the base from which all of our kihon that we're going to do for the rest of today, for the next 30 minutes, is going to be based off, right? What I want you to do is take the principles from the second half that we're going to add on and apply them here, right? To these simple movements, the block and the punch, the bread and butter karate. Okay, deal? Okay, so from here, our first one, we're going to do it with Gerambara. All I want you to do is it's very similar to what you've just done with Ross Sensei, but I'm going to give you some opportunities to be able to change it up. So from here, you're going to step forward, Gerambara, make Gyaksuki, ich, 1, 2. Then from here, just let your hand relax back, feel that same compression. Leave the knee where it is, the same way Ross was having you at the advanced stage. Feel that compression back, and then from here, simply drive Gyaksuki. Come up. Opposite side, ich, 1, 2, pull, push. Good. Back, sun, 1, 2, pull, push. Sheep, 1, 2, pull, push. Good. Everyone get the basic idea? Okay, now here's what I want from you, right? And this is important. As you make that stretch, I want you to feel fully compressed here in the Gyakuzuki. This is the end position. As you make that compression back, don't just pull your arm and open your hips. If you feel no compression in your body, there's no point, right? Rather, what I want you to do is as you rotate your hip out, feel that weight go into that back leg. Feel it compress down, right? Your hips have width, right? That width needs to turn in, and that room, that distance, that width needs to go somewhere. And so what I want you to do is I want you to put it just like a piston in an engine that Matt Sensei was talking about yesterday. Feel it down. And then from here, when you make that push, you can drive, right? Like slamming a door. If you've ever noticed, when you're told to make Gyakuzuki quite often, it'll be here and they tell you, close it like slamming a door. And it feels all long and horrible. It feels awkward. If you create it as a compression, your hami, and use that as a compression, it now has the ability to really slam that door shut. So allow that to happen. Secondly, the thing I want you to do with your arm and your feeling in your shoulders and across your chest is feel like you're drawing a bow. So if you look at Kyodo, for some reason my Facebook feed is filling up with Kyodo videos. Pull, have the draw, and then make that stretch. As you're here, don't make the stretch, if I do it front onto you, don't make the stretch pull round. See how my body now is like twisted all the way away from my target. Feel rather like it's drawing it back. So now everything is feeling in the direction that I want to go, not turning. See the slight difference? So have that feeling that that compression is here. The piston's ready far in this direction. My arm and my shoulder and the stretch across my chest is in that direction. And then I feel my body weight shift, move, same time. And I want you to feel the weight of your body going into that punch. So it's not empty. It's not a rotation. The rotation is a way to shift your body center towards your target efficiently. Does that make sense? Have that feeling, have that body weight, have that center, feel like it's driving in. Okay? We've got one more piece to add, but I'll add it in a second. Ready? So just that. Ready? Ich, 1, 2, draw, drive. Right? So feel it, just like you're pulling it back. Mwah, let it go. Mwah, let it go. That feeling. Right side. Knee, 1, 2, draw, drive. Right? And use it to your basic technique. Your speed. You don't have to move to mine. Back with the right. Some, 1, 2, draw, drive. One more. She, 1, 2, draw, drive. Right, and so this allows you, give yourself the time to feel the draw. Give yourself time to feel the tension in the bow before you let it go. Right? I think Rick Houghton describes this feel like you're squeezing peanut butter through your hands. Right? That kind of feeling, that kind of flavor is what you're after here. So have that feeling of pulling, squeezing, center moving backwards, stretching here, and then compressing everything together towards that central point. If this is easy for you, what you can do next is you can start to experiment. right? So Ross Sensei alluded to the idea of times where if my hips rotate back, they've got to move somewhere. I can either compress it into the joint or into the back leg. Or what I could do is I could take examples from Matt's lesson. In this case, what's going to happen is as I draw it into the back leg, I switch to footed arch. This allows me to drop my hip, which means the next drive, instead of it being straight in, is going to have a slight upward action, right? So I can create and build tension that way. Another way you can do it is you can be here, you can take the draw and make it upwards. Now from here, that's going to give you that downward push. It's going to feel weird. It's like a whoop, right? Not up through the shoulders, but up through the hip. Then feel it drop and just go into corset arch. Okay? Experiment with the different ways you can use the draw of the hip to go. In a most simple case, simply pull, classic karate, boom, right? More advanced case, pull it up, squeeze in. More advanced case, draw, drive. Your choice. Okay, you got 4 opportunities. Ready? Itch, 1, 2, draw, push. Knee, 1, 2, draw, push. Sun, 1, 2, draw, push. Shi. Good, and relax. So the last thing also that's important here is to have that kangeiko feeling. Something that Mike Rowe talked about on, my goodness, it was Wednesday, was this idea of relaxing and using breath. You can find yourself mentally, and you'll see this in these drills, to go here, here, oh, I'm stuck, can't move. How do you release that? I remember having dinner with Okazaki Sensei one day, and he commented to me, I asked him, Sensei, how do you release your breath? And he goes, oh, you silly boy, pats me on the head as he used to. And he just goes across the dinner table, I kid you not, and just breathe in. Hit, breathe in, just relaxed. That relaxation, that breath in that Mike was talking about on Wednesday is the starting point to help you learn to release your diaphragm. From there, once you can make that relaxation without having to do the breath in, you can then just release it, and that lets everything else go. Kangeiko talks about this a lot. The uchuke, the punches, boom, and then relax. Tiki-sana, punch, relax. This feeling. And the way you do it is you've got to learn to release this diaphragm. So as you go, you're going to make this punch, boom, feel that stretch in, but then as soon as it goes, just let go your breath, make that in-breath, and use that in-breath. To allow it to go. Allow it with that feeling. And in kata, you'll see movements in kata all the time that are long and slow. They're done quick and then relaxed. That's the same feeling. Fast, let it expand. Make sense? Okay, last time through this one. Ready? I'm going to watch you all. A itch. Good. Try and control your center. You can't control. Keep strong here, yeah? Keep this on a straight line. If I borrow a stick, yes, I have sticks in my dojo, I'm an idiot, right? I'm here. Feel that feeling of that center remaining along that line. Don't let it make this. Make sense? Control it, control it, control it. Control where that center line is going and keep it always, if I stand between my lines here, keep it always where you want it to go. Does that make sense? Control that. Start from the top again, please. Itch. Good. Knee. Some. Stretch. Boom. Go. Right? And the stretch I'm looking for is not here. It's here. 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 She. Good. And relax. Everyone good? Let's move on to Agyuke. So the lesson from that first one is thinking about that stretch, thinking about hitting here, letting go of the ghost, pulling back, making that stretch whichever way you want to, and effectively shifting your body weight into the target and making sure whatever preemptive load you make is in the direction you want to go. Nothing should be wasted, ever. Let's do our UK. So from here, move with me. Movement's going to be here. Ich, Agyuke, Yakuzuki, Maigiri, Kazamazuki. Good, and up. Right leg, ich, knee, some, shi. And up. Back with the right, ich, knee, some, shi. And up. Ich, knee, some, shi. Good, and up. So this one, I want you to think about two things. Number one is controlling your elbows. There's a lot of big Hami to Shomen hip-based movements here, right? So number one, what I want you to really think about is from here, if you imagine my two lines on the floor here, right? They're like two walls, right? I'm in that really awesome Catwoman episode of classic Batman. I'm between two walls, they're coming in. From here, I don't want to make my Agyuke from here. I want to keep my elbows flared in. I want to keep control of them. Don't, this kind of thing. You want to use this as a way and a manner by which to control your elbows, especially as they go from here to here. Once they're beyond here, let them do what they need to do. Or if you're doing a hook, like Ross Sensei was doing, of course they're going to go up earlier, right? But all of these techniques in this particular case are more or less on a straight line. They're covering the width of your body. Steve Ubel always comments to the idea that your elbows and the amount of flaring in your elbows counts in terms of like 6 inches of time that you lose, right? And I know when I go against people like many of the instructors that have taught in this course, that 6 inches really matters between me getting punched in the face or not, right? So control your elbows as you step. As you make that action, have the feeling of here, as you step, make it to the correct position. Don't bring it here. Agyuke does not load here. It loads here and comes up through the body to make that action. Control where it's coming from, up. Then the Gyakuzuki, rotate the hip, position the body, work on what we've just thought about. This next kick, boom, hits, as it comes back, control where this is going. Don't turn it, flare it, and do a funky 80s stance. The 80s were cool, trust me, but not that cool, right? So allow it to push straight towards the target. Does that make sense? So listen to your hips and listen to when your hip tells you to fire the technique. You want your technique and body, your hip and body to move beautifully, the same way Ross Sensei was just talking about, the same way Amelia Sensei was talking about. Allow those things to move in harmony. Feel where that rotation comes. Feel where it decreases the flare on your elbows the most. Make sense? The human eye, when you're making kumite, is very poor at judging distance straight in. The second you flare the elbow, it creates that perception for the eye, makes you easier to block. Okay? So try, keep the elbows connected through the whole sequence. Ich, 1, 2, 3, 4. Knee, 1, 2, 3, 4. Sun, 1, 2, 3, 4. Shi, 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? So once you've got the elbows under control, the next thing I want you to do is I want you to feel your puppet strings within your body. I have Pirate Pete right here. Here's my reminder that sits on my desk with it in the front of my dojo that I see all the time. And he reminds me to do this in my karate. This is what I want to do. I want to have those puppet strings actioning for me. So as I make these stretches in my body, I want to be super cognizant of the idea of when I'm here, I can feel a stretch here all the way across. I can feel myself as I drive in, As I make that step here, oh, this is a big stretch here. Now I'm going to close it the same way Matt Sensei was talking about. From here, I can feel a pull on my back leg. I'm going to release to that. Boom, now I'm out of space. So now I'm going to fire back. And so what I want you to do is I want you to feel like Pirate Pete. With the first technique we did was a simple stretch and a pull and a relax. Now feel the technique flow together within the action. Now that your pathway, your trajectory is correct, now allow it to relax in to make the action. And you don't need to go fast or hard. Just feel the pirate strings pull in the different parts of your body that allow the technique to flow through. Make sense? Okay, let's go. Ready? Itch. 1, 2. Knee. Sun. One more. Shi. Good, and relax up. So good. A couple of you, if you feel, listen to your body for any feelings of sort of what I would call doinging. So it's like doink, doink, any places where it shouldn't be, right? So when I'm watching some of you, it'll be here, you feel your elbow at the last minute, sort of like this doink, kind of feeling through your elbow, through your shoulder. If you feel your upper body, this, remove that, right? Really look at your action, look at your pathways, and they all should feel like just honey, right? We're all warm. When I'm cold, it's more like peanut butter. But when I'm warm, it's nice, it's honey feeling, yeah? You want that feeling of here, just smooth action through the movement. It should feel like nothing. The weaker it feels and the smoother it is, the stronger the technique is. James Field always said, it's fast as smooth and smooth as fast, right? Allow that smoothness to occur. So any of those extra actions are things you don't need. Let them go. Last piece. When you make the final punch, the final kazamazuki, there's no need to plant in place. Feel where your body wants to fire, because this is still a forward action. There's two ways you can make that kazamazuki. You can either fire it like you're sticking a spear in the ground and they're skewering themselves on it. You want to have that same stretch that Matt Sensei was talking about last time of this, right? That slight push in action, right? The other place you can do it, and I know this is scary for some of you, you can throw the action while you're on one foot. So if you make the punch, the kick, feel the drive from this hip as that drive, so my punch will actually connect while I'm in the air. That's okay, because in this drill, remember, this drill is not an end unto its own. It's a motion to teach your body a way to move. So what you can do is, you could imagine I might be here, kick, punch, and I'm immediately back in. So by the time that foot lands, I'm already going. Amelia taught us that on Monday. Okay, so start thinking along those lines. Allow that to happen. What I want you to do, or what I encourage you to do, is listen to your body center. Feel when that punch feels good and strong to when it can make that kazamazuki. And don't be afraid to throw it early. Don't stick to shape, stick to function. Okay? Right, last time through this one, then we're going to move on to the next. Ready? Hey. Itch. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. And there should be no pause. You don't need to hold on to ghosts, because your body is literally pulling you along the same way that Matt Sensei was talking about it yesterday. Ready? Next leg, right leg, knee. Ready? Sun. Good. One more. Shi. Good. And relax. Ready to move on? So again, don't forget these sessions are being recorded. As a heads up, we are going to post them online. So I know there's been a lot covered over the entire week. We will have these available to you so you can come back and revisit, right? So there's a lot that we're going through over these. I'm really cognizant of that. You have time to come back and revisit these as well, yeah? Right, okay, from here, our next one. This should be familiar to everybody above purple belt and green belt. So from here, we're going to make sotoke, so ich. From here, you're going to shift into kibidachi, ni, making huge. San, raken, shi, yaksuki. Good, nobody fell over on the floor and started quivering because you're having throwbacks to your shodan examination. Okay, from here, right leg, ich, 1, 2, 3, 4, and up. Back, 1, 2, 3, 4. One more, ich, ni, sam, shi. Good, and up. Everyone good with that? Everyone remember it? Okay, so this one here, if we look at the last one we just did, it's about this idea of open, close, shift, open. This one here is going to go open, open, close, close. And so this is about really getting into what Matt Sensei was talking about having that fine control of stance, right? So, and really understanding, if you took nothing else away from Matt's class besides the stance furudachi, I also hope that you took away from it this idea of driving off the floor, of using one leg or the other, controlling the technique as you move and shift. And so when we think about this, you'll see quite often people do it this way. It'll be here 1, then they go 2, and then they go 3, and then they go 4. And it's this weird sort of, even when they try to move quick, it's this weird sort of kind of lumbering, awkward kind of movement. You want to, once again, just like we did in the last one, feel those puppet strings pulling, allow them to continue to pull, but allow them to pull you completely open, and then rewind you back to being completely closed. So how that works is you make, and be very aware, do not shortchange any of your techniques. If I catch you doing it, it's naughty. Okay, so as you step, you're going to step down, move with me. Step down, make sotoke, 1. From here, you can feel that openness, the openness that Ross Sensei was talking about, right? If I shift my front, my hip, any further open, what's going to happen is my front knee is going to start to buckle in. Does that make sense? So I'm here, boom, this starts to break. What I want to do is simply let it break. How do I do that? I lift this foot. If I lift this foot, look what happens. I automatically go into kibidachi. You will naturally shift into it. You don't have to think zenkutsu, then kibidachi. You just think zenkutsu dachi. Oh, I'm out of room, let it go. Oh, I'm there. Does that make sense? Have that feeling. Have that feeling of tension in your stance. Feel where the limit is, and then just let it go. You want to, in this case, not have a feeling of pulling back. If you have the feeling of pulling back, it's just giving folks a 1-2 timing to hit you. They will come and hit once, and while you're pulling back, they're going to hit you in that gap. You want the feeling of boom, 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 right? This feeling of being here, straight in. Okay? So allow yourself to collect, feel this tension, then just let it go to make the next drive in. Does that make sense? Then when you come out of that, what you want is don't worry about the retraction, just like Mike Rowe was saying on Wednesday. Make the drive. Notice how my hip is not, it's moving with my technique, but I'm not turning it away from the opponent. I'm rather simply driving my technique into the opponent. I'm shifting within the bounds of kibidachi to push. Oh, I've never done this before. Yes, you have. Okay, tiki shodan. Right, you make that same rotation. You move to the limit of the stance. Then from here, if I push this any further, this knee is going to break. So I let it break. Continue the push. So what you end up with is this sort of stretch to max, let it go into the kibarachi, push to max in the kibarachi, then let it go. And what happens is the stances will automatically form for you, right? You're all good enough to be able to make the stance, to be able to make the strength of leg. So in the end, it ends up looking like 1, 2, 3, 4. This feeling. Push, continue pushing, push, continue pushing. And let the arms go along for the ride. Try it slow. Feel the back, feel the string stretch each time. Ready? Hey. Itch. 1, 2, 3, 4. And again, control that use of center. It's not going boom, back, forward, boom, back, forward. Instead, every single part of it is forward, 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 forward. The whole thing. I'm just pushing off that leg consistently. 4 pushes. Bop, 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 bop. Try again, left side. Itch. 1, 2, 3, 4. Knee. Sun. She. Good. So it's truly using that hit and relax. And if you can't let go, how do you let go? You breathe in, right? Let your breath, let that unlock you. Let that unlock you if you can't do it yourself. Does that make sense? And you eventually strive where your breath doesn't have to be the thing that unlocks you. You can just do it because you've practiced it enough. Make sense? Okay, let's try again. One more time. Hey, itch. Hey, sun. She. Good, and relax up. Make sense? Everyone good? Let's move on to the last one. So our last one, this one's a little tricky because it's different whether we're moving forward or back, but that's purposefully so. From here, boy. So I'm going to go, everyone's good if I go 10 more minutes just to finish it up? Okay, good. There was one time I was doing a seminar, and I think we were 2.5 hours past time, and all the parents on the side were looking at their watches going, oh, well, the kids need to go get lunch. I was the a-hole. Happens frequently. Okay, from here, our next one. Following with me. Stepping forward, uchuke gyaksugi, itch, 1, 2. Then from here, oh, sorry, watch it one more time. Step forward, uchuke kazami gyaku. Then from here, maigiri block. Then punch, gyaksugi. Step back. One more time, same side. Left side moves forward. I'm going to do it this way so you can follow my legs. 1, kazami gyaku. 2, kick block. 3, step back. Right side. Uchuke kazami gyaku. Maigiri stop, block. Gyatsuki. Okay, let's do the backward. It's going to change. Left leg back. Sorry, right leg back. Left leg block. Uchuke kazami gyaku. Step back, block, kick, punch. Right, left side steps back. Uchuke kazami gyaku. Pull back, block, kick, punch. I just did the same side twice because I'm an idiot. Step up. Now right side block. Itch. 1, 1, 2. Step back, block, kick, punch. Everyone good? I've just got to remember what side I start with. Let's do it again. Forward. Left leg. This side moving forward. Itch. 1, 1, 2. 3, 4, 5.
Right side moves. 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right leg step back, block with your left. 1, 1, 2, step back, block, kick, punch. Up. Step back this time with the left leg, right leg blocks. Itch, 1, 2, step back, block, kick, punch. And up. So this one, multiple things happening. This is getting into things that John and Amelia were talking about with that idea of making the squeeze, right? And I'm having you do it in 2 different ways over 2 different techniques, right? This one took me 2 times to go through with you. 1, because I'm an idiot, but 2, because it's very hard for you to follow me when I'm making a mistake. Okay? That's to keep your mind flexible. So as you move, what you want to think about here is a couple of things. Because you're now having these big shifts, it's critically important that you keep your center underneath you. We started with that, and we will end with that. So the feeling here of 1, it can be very tempting to push with your head. Don't. If you do that, this is going in this direction. There's no drive from the rear leg. It's gone. Keep it underneath you. Rotate sharp. Feel a pull on the leg. Kick, block, drive. To do that, to do it smoothly, you've got to have this under control. If you kick and this is all floppy, you'll never get round to be able to make that neat and tight. Right? You've got to have this feeling of just control here. Kick, block, and boom, and go. That feeling, that flavor, yeah? On the way back, as you move, you want to have this feeling of 1, 1, 2, that same feeling. This time, don't step this way. Otherwise, you can't get the kick out. You've got to control. Here, feel, then kick, boom, punch. Right? And also controlling the degree by which your hips are rotating. So this requires a lot of center control. At the same time, that's level 1. Level 2 is, can you control it to be fluid throughout the action? 1, 1, 2, kick, and just fire. Can you control it? 1, 1, 2, pull, whoa, to just be able to control. Does that make sense? Let's go through it together. I'll do it with you. Think about those 2 points. Ready? Forward with the left. I'll move slowly. Itch. 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Forward with the right. Knee. 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Good. Back with the right, block with the left. Itch. 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Block with the right, back with the left. 1, 1, 2. Pull, block, kick, punch. I can watch? Okay, let me watch this time. Control your posture, control your center, control the techniques, right? Make each one, give it that little bit of grab and release, right, each time. Ready? Itch. Good. So just watching. Make sure that it doesn't just become arm actions, right? Something that Matt Sensei was really talking about, something that's much harder, and it becomes it's something that's quite advanced but really simple. I think karate for me started out here, and then after about 10 years it came to my elbows, and then after about another 20 years it started moving to my shoulders. And then after however long I've been training, 45 years now, it's almost getting to my center, and this is the important part, and this is the important part. I'm a very slow learner, right? And so as you make these actions, even ones that are fluid together, make sure that you've got that, what Mike was talking about, the sort of tension, relax, tension, relax, tension, relax, that it's happening from here, or that Matt was talking about. Even in subtle actions, that you've got these, boom, this, or right? It's happening not just from here, but there, these little shapes in my gi, right? These little shapes down here that I'm really thinking about the way that my hips are expanding, contracting, that my center is expanding, my back contracts, right? The movement and the action doesn't come from here. It comes from here. These bigger muscles create the actions that you want. Those twitches, not these twitches, not these twitches. It's this that becomes important. And that's the same for down here. These twitches become important. And they become harder when you're in a full stance, as you've just realized, from here to here, or here to here, right? Those become difficult. So take your time and imagine it now in Heizukudachi. It's not this, it's Wachimobi. It's that little vibration. That's what hip vibration is, micro rotations as that comes about because of those squeezes, because of that breath, because of that muscle tension. Allow those to take place. You may need to slow the action down accordingly. Because once you've made the tension, how do you release it? I forgot, right? Think about it that way. So, as you make uchuke here, feel forward, feel the kick. There, boom, good, grab. There, that's easy. Does that make sense? Allow yourself to truly pass through each waypoint of technique as you go. Right, ready? First up, left leg forward. Itch. Right leg forward, knee. Right leg back, block with the left. Sun. Last one, left leg back, block with the right, right? She. Good, and relax. So just a quick comment. Don't force yourself into the full and complete action if you don't need it, right? Allow the movement of the body to dictate how fast your arms go or how far your arms go. If you have fast arms like me, you can make the whole action if you need it, but you don't mind, not necessarily. From here, I'm not pulling all the way back. As long as I get my elbow from here to my connection point on my hip, that's all I need. I don't need this big, because in that time I've been hit. I want to just, someone's coming and just punched, that didn't deck them, right? Hell froze over. One of JD's punches didn't drop somebody. So it's, oh my God, they're coming with a kick. Oh, I've just got to react. And you want, what's more important is developing that idea of the elbow to hip connection in that point, and then being able to flow on from there. Does that make sense? Okay, one last time. I'm going to count 4 counts. You may do either geramrai, agyuke, sotuke, or uchuke, whichever one you feel you need to practice one more time with me. Okay, and then I'll let you go. Ready? Hey, you eat. Your choice. Itch. Good. Don't let those that did this one, don't let this happen. Just this. Ready? Ready. Sun. The last one. Chi. Good. Hey, yummy. So, Kangeiko to me is about, yes, getting up early, making it tough, but it's also the idea of Shoshin. Shoshin, or beginner's mind, to me, represents this idea that you're not walking in with like nothing in your head. It's not like you're walking in, I don't know anything about karate. You do. Many of you have decades and decades and decades of training. What beginner's mind means is that you are open to taking what you know and being open enough to expand into something new. right? That's what's important. So as you go in and it's drill like this, for me, even though I started with the most basic of action, that most basic of action for me, that's why we repeated it almost every single time at the beginning of these drills. Because whatever action I want, whether it was this idea of drawing and contracting, I can make that in the first action. Whether it was about controlling my elbows in the action and flowing from technique to technique, I can do that in that first action. Whether it was about this idea of opening my hip and then rapidly being able to close it from the stretch, from the drive of the back leg, I can do that. Whether it's about the idea of having a fluid mind and being able to relax up and being able to flow, I can do that just by practicing the 4 basic movements. The movements that I tacked onto the end were to emphasize a particular point. So don't be afraid to do that. Don't be afraid to take these drills, modify them, screw around with them to help develop things anew. Ross Sensei really beautifully pointed out the idea that he has something that he is training for this year. What have you got to train for this year? What do you want to get better at? Yaguchi Sensei always said, step by step, piece by piece. Allow that to happen. With that, one more Kangeiko class tomorrow with Stewart Sensei. Hey, I will see you all tomorrow. Subdach. Hey! Thank you all so much.
Thank you, Sensei.
Thank you, Sensei.